We're going back into work session, which I called earlier, so we'll just do a new roll call. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Certainly. Supervisor Schneiderman.
Here.
Councilwoman Lostad.
Here.
Councilwoman Scalera.
Here.
Councilman Bouvier.
Here.
Councilman Scavone.
Present.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is review the draft agenda for next week's meeting, September 24th, 2019. You should all have a copy of it. This is going to take place, it's going to be an evening meeting. It'll be here at Town Hall at 6 p.m. And let's see. We have 3 public hearings. The first to consider accepting a grant of open space in connection with the subdivision map of Sherwood Tanner's Neck in West Hampton. The second public hearing amends the town code 33159, replacing the term mentally retarded with the term intellectually disabled. And the third public hearing is proposed recipients of the 2020 Community Development Block Grant Program. All right, any question about the public hearings? All right, in that case, let's go to resolutions, and John, you have the first.
Town Board Resolution ID 32636 is a 2019 Water Quality Improvement Funding Award for Vessel Pump Out Program.
Okay. 32613 authorizes supervisor to sign contract extension with G&M DEDGE, Inc. for vehicle fuel management system maintenance and installation.
Town Board Resolution ID 32619 authorizes supervisor to sign a preventative maintenance agreement with Train for Southampton Animal Shelter HVAC.
Resolution 32632 authorizes the supervisor to sign an amendment with A&G Dance for Dance programs at the Parks and Recreations Department. This is yours.
That's what I'm looking for.
Town Board Resolution 32631 to authorize the supervisor to sign contract with F. Michael Hemmer, LSPC, for a survey of the Schaefer properties in North Sea.
Resolution ID 32639 authorizes supervisor to execute an agreement between Southampton Town and Long Island Green Market, Inc. for the Flanders Farm Fresh Food Market 2019.
32616 awards an authorized supervisor to sign contract with Geophysical Survey Systems, Inc. for ground penetrating radar. 32605, resolution rescinding Town Board Resolution 2019-763 and authorizing the purchase of one Ford T350 cutaway transit van.
Town Board Resolution ID 32614, the 2019 notice to bidders for Parks Maintenance Administration Office relocation.
Town Board Resolution 32565. This is a notice to bidders for use of the VacCon truck.
32576 amends 2019 adopted budget for Bridgehampton and Sagaponack ECD.
32620 appoints members to the Airport Noise Advisory Committee. This is co-sponsored with the supervisor.
32604 appoints members to the committee to study the market trend analysis and full valuation impacts of the assessed valuation of real property within the town of Southampton. If you remember, with the resolution called for somebody from the a real estate appraiser, a real estate person, and this resolution also adds one member, a school representative. So Sean Hattrick, trustee of the Tuckahoe Common School District, is who I'm putting forth for that appointment. And then James McLaughlin was recommended to me by the assessor as the real estate appraiser, and Joe Savio is a licensed real estate broker. That the entire committee is, well, at least these individuals are all serving without compensation. 32597 reappoints Alan Polero to the Board of Assessment Review. 32584 authorizes town attorney to reimburse NYMER the deductible for the claim of Vanessa Romanelli.
Town Board Resolution ID number 32590. This is a resolution of adoption to amend Town Code, Chapter 330, Section 159, to replace the term mentally retarded with the term intellectually disabled.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this forward, Tommy John.
You're welcome.
Tommy John, I
you.
think you have the next one, too.
Town Board Resolution 32582, accept Meadowlark Lane in the hamlet of Bridgehampton into the town highway system.
Town Board Resolution ID 32564, amend the 2019 waste management fee schedule.
32596 is an authorization of road closures and cost reimbursement waiver for San Gennaro Feast of the Hamptons on September 27th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and September 28th through the 29th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And that's co-sponsored by the supervisor. Resolution 32807.
Can you read that number again? I have it as
Which
a,
one?
I have it as 32607. You have it as 32807? The next one.
32607.
Okay. Yeah.
Authorized vendors at the Friends of the Big Duck Fall Harvest Festival special event on October 5th, 2019.
32569, accepts retirement of Herbert Loper, Southampton Police Department. 32511, appoints Susan Avelli to Senior Police Operations Aide position from the Civil Service list. 32603, creates Assistant Town Planning Director position in Land Management and appoints Claire Shea. 32541, appoints Lindy Smith to Driver Messenger position in Justice Court. 32573, authorizes Lisa Combrink to attend the National Land Conservation Conference 2019 regarding land preservation strategies.
Town Board Resolution ID 32570, notice of public hearing to consider amending Town Code Chapter 107, balloons to include sky lanterns within the definition of balloons.
32497.
Wait, hold on. That's news. That's yours?
Yeah, there was a confusion in, the state requires that sky lanterns be tethered because of fire and public safety issues.
These are the ones who are
Yeah,
the
like Japanese
ceremonial ones,
lanterns.
but they're paper,
They're
right?
paper.
They're paper, and they burn up, but they're lifted by hot air. And one of the things being discussed is the definition of balloons. We wanted to include that, although it's covered by the state because they're required to be tethered. So it has no real impact. It's just the added definition for the use of the Sustainability Committee's proposals that are going to
That's-
be forward.
That's on banning the intentional release of
Yes.
balloons, that
Mhm.
these would fall into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there ever plastic ones or something?
No, there are some, but the issue was that the state requires that they be tethered, because a lot of them are used upstate, and they've set forest fires and things like that. But under the definition of balloons, here, people may release these, and...
But they'd be not in compliance with the state.
They would be not in compliance with the state now, they're not in compliance with town code locally as well. That's all.
Okay.
32497, accepts a grant of open space in connection with the subdivision map of Sherwood Tanner's Neck LLC in West Hampton.
John, you're
Town
up.
Board Resolution 32588, road review application for 35 Starboard Road LLC, Situate and Hampton Bays is accepted. Town Board Resolution 32580, road review application for Joseph Zachary Gaza, Situate and West Hampton is accepted. Town Board Resolution ID 32587, road review application for Vincenzo and Angela Ruggiero, Situate, East Quogue is accepted.
Hold on, John, I have that as 32589.
I'm sorry.
You have it, you said 32587, I have it as 89.
I must have misread. 8.
Okay. And that's
one more.
it? Is there a
There's a
One add-on.
there's
Mine.
add-on, yeah.
Add-on is resolution number 32640, authorization for Youth Bureau staff to attend Association of New York State Youth Bureau's 49th Annual Conference in Albany on October 7th through 8th, 2019.
Okay. Any questions about the agenda? Everybody's good? All right, Sunday, you can go ahead and publish that.
Terrific, thank you.
Okay, so then, back to our agenda, just updates. Let's see what I have here, and then if anybody else has additional updates. John and I both attended the groundbreaking yesterday in West Hampton, Village of West Hampton Beach. They have now started the downtown Main Street project. We're a part of that. This board may remember that we approved, I want to say, close to $2 million to cover the...
For all phases of the project.
Yeah, so there's various water quality phases, from sewering connections to storm drain water controls and filtering out of hydrocarbons and things like that. John knows probably more of the details of the project. It went through the committee, it went through here, and we approved it. They're beginning that project. There's lots of other parts of what they're doing downtown in terms of beautification and burying utility lines, creating little pocket park type of areas. You cannot drive down Main Street right now in the Village of West Hampton. It's closed off, though they have provided pedestrian traffic. You can certainly, and most of the places are still open. The businesses seem very cooperative. They understand that it's an inconvenience, but they have been waiting for this. That's what they say, for a long time.
And they've extended parking, I think, on the side streets to accommodate consistent traffic through the season.
Yeah, and you can cross at the northern side or the eastern side of Main Street. You can cross for the stores on the other side. So you can park behind the old firehouse. There's parking there. They're going to provide all the parking behind for people. You can walk to the sidewalks and cross at certain locations. It's, it's a nice walk still, even though we've dug up the streets and everything. And I actually just really wanted to say that the business community there that are, feel they may be impacted by that are really behind this project for the most part. And it's really nice to see they understand. Hopefully this project will be done sometime in May.
Supposed to be done by Memorial Day
Yeah, just
weekend.
before, season ramps up
Well, I
again.
think, but I think even in terms of reopening the road, I thought that was like a 3-month closure. Is it longer than that?
I don't know about the road specifically. It really depends on, because they're also burying the infrastructure, the lighting. While the street's out, they figure they might as well do that. But, it's also, it's a great cooperation, because you have, it's money from the state, money from the county, money from our CPF and the town.
Yep.
And and everyone's really excited about it, so.
Yeah, I
that
have to,
changed the face of West Hampton.
congratulate the board, the Village Board of Trustees, in particular, Mayor Moore, who really shepherded this through and was a major advocate. You can remember when they came here, it wasn't just the mayor. All the trustees joined her as well. So they've been very unified on this, and I think it's, because of that and her leadership that we're at this point. So people have talked about sewering downtown West Hampton for a very long time. Often it's been controversial, but I think people have come to an understanding that it's probably the best way to protect the harbor there.
Well,
particularly with Moneybog.
Moneybog Bay is one of the most impaired water bodies that we have. And so this is going to go a long way to do that. It's basically 2 phases. One is the sewage hooking up wall. Each of the buildings, their septic tanks are behind them, not in front of them. So those will get hooked up from behind, and then the connection to Gabreski, ultimately that's the goal there. So then there's nothing being added to Moneybog Bay, including with the project now for the drainage system. They actually are installing catch basins to catch sediment, which contains a large amount of the contaminants that are going into that bay. When I was a kid, you didn't want to fall out of the boat when you were going up to the bulkheads in the back of those canals. It was pretty bad. So, and that was I hate to say it, in the 70s sometime, and so this is a long time coming, and it'll do a lot. It's a very measurable effect that it's going to have, particularly in Moneybog Bay.
It's a great project. John and I were also, a couple days before that, at the West Hampton Library. They have now, expanded that second story. They had wanted to use their full second story, but they couldn't because of Suffolk County Health Department requirements. Their sanitary system was rated for a certain square footage, and when I was legislator, actually, some may remember this, so they were basically told that they had to go buy another piece of property, which meant that they would have had to incur the cost and raise taxes in the library tax district. And I was trying to figure out a way, since the county had preserved so much land, of using the credits, sanitary credits off of land the county had preserved, but there was no mechanism, only to transfer it for affordable housing purposes. So we actually passed the resolution I sponsored that would allow for that transfer for libraries. And then it went to voter referendum and it passed. So it took a while to make this happen. Finally, and then the county had to, they had to wait till the county acquired land and identified those credits for transfer, which all that occurred. They also got other grants from various entities to do the construction. So it's really beautiful. John, you were there too, and they've expanded a lot of the the children's areas and other areas. That whole second floor is now being used for library purposes. So I was happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was a really great moment. I particularly wanted to thank Danielle, the librarian, Daniel Osowitz, who just is a force to be reckoned with over there. It's always one person who really has that fortitude to move forward and make this all happen. So
Yeah.
I think the town owes her a great debt. She did a great job.
Yesterday in this room, the Pine Barrens Commission meets. The Town of Southampton supervisor has a seat as one of the 5 commissioners. So does Brookhaven and Riverhead supervisor, because we all share the Pine Barrens. And then there's some other appointments too. So that was here yesterday. And then tomorrow I'm getting a tour of the Sag Harbor Cinema, which apparently is coming along really well. If you remember, we played a role in the cinema redevelopment by acquiring all the commercial rights to the building as well as a facade easement. And that money, although it was significant, is really a small portion of the money that they had to raise to make this happen. They're working really hard apparently to get this thing opened. Tommy John, I know you've been involved with this, so I'm going on a tour tomorrow. If anybody wants to join me, just coordinate with Jackie in my office. But I'm looking forward to seeing the progress that they've made on that cinema. All right, that's all the updates I have. Maybe which way do you want? Julie, maybe we'll start at your end.
Nothing today.
All right, Christine? John?
No.
Tommy John?
Yes, the Sag Harbor Cinema is coming along. You're going to enjoy it, and I would urge everyone to go and see the cinema. They have 3 theaters in there, and I was meeting with Jillian Gordon this week, and I really was pitching to the Sag Harbor Cinema to use their virtual reality theater as a method of training first responders.
Great.
They like the idea. It's something that I think that we could really move on to have our police use the virtual reality theater, and we're looking into having our fire departments and districts and our ambulance districts as well utilize that space for training. They also said that they would allow the first responders to have their classes in there. They have 3 theaters, so it really is a fantastic facility, and they want to get the community in there and make it a center for that kind of education.
Cool.
Yeah, they like it. They're good, community-minded. Also, we are, in October, we are going to be starting our tick surveillance program in two locations in Southampton Town, one in East Quogue and one in Bridgehampton. We are contracting with Chris Miller and Associates. This is a gentleman who does work with the Village of North Haven, does tick surveillance in the Village of North Haven, and we are working in conjunction with Shelter Island to do these things at the same time. In other words, literally counting to see what we have. This is part of the Suffolk Share Public Health Partnership through Suffolk County, and what we want to do is to take that data, that information, combine it with the county. Of course, we will hold it here in the town, for future reference. In other words, we need baseline data on this. I believe that this is a problem that we need to address, and I thank the board for funding it last year, and so we are moving forward on that now.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No?
Any updates? You all are liaisons to various CACs, and I know I'm going tonight to the Hampton Bays CAC, and Tommy John, I think you're joining me, because they have questions about the outside consulting engineer and the work that's being done in the Hampton Bays Water District, and the progress of that, which I will update them on. In fact, Bill Merkland from the Verkland Board of Lucci will join me and Tommy John there to answer questions. But, you know, the idea of, you know, having liaisons to CACs, if there's something that a particular area is of concern, if they're sharing something that the whole board would benefit by knowing, you know, I hope that in these, either today or in the future, that during these updates, that information gets conveyed to the entire board. So is there anything from any one of you pertaining to any of the CACs that the board would benefit by knowing? So,
Well, I was at the East Quogue CAC last week, and a couple of things they did speak about were the water main project that we've started. Also, they have concerns about speeding along Lewis Road, and I followed up on both of those things, the water mains with Frank and the speeding with Tom Neely, and hopefully we can address and get some answers for them.
okay. Anyone else have any CAC things they want to share with the board?
No, I'm going to echo Councilwoman Love said. You know, there are always things that you deal with there at a certain scale, but, you know, things that warrant the attention of the board, you know, certainly we would bring those forward to discuss. Right now, it's been quite very quiet. CAC West, in particular, has not met for last meeting, so they won't have another meeting until next week. But there's really, you know, things
Well,
are.
it's a good thing.
And we
It's a
don't
good
get the
thing.
minutes of everybody else's.
Right. No, I know you guys would share if there was something that you felt needed our attention, so a lot of things can be solved. It's just that the CACs might just need information that you guys are providing to them. So,
Well, particularly the two projects that, you know, have been on the books for a while, the RCPF help with West Hampton Beach downtown, their area and their library. Those are two things that were, you know, have been cooking for a while, and now they were successful. They're now being implemented, and I think the residents there are very, very thankful for it. So that doesn't mean that there won't be something next Thursday, but for us, right now, it's good.
You know, a lot of the CACs are concerned about particular applications, and they will discuss those things at those meetings. And many of those applications are in front of other boards, so, and I think they are rightfully engaged and involved in those applications. I know in North Sea, there's applications that they're concerned about. They also ask questions about the ongoing work at the Tupper Boathouse. You know, so that's something that they are interested in. In Bridgehampton, they're interested in what's happening with Main Street in Bridgehampton and when that work is going to start, as well as noise.
That's starting soon, is it?
Yeah, it is. It was scheduled to start in September. However, National Grid wants to install some natural gas piping in on the corner of Ocean Road, Sag Harbor Turnpike, and Montauk Highway. So they're going to be working in there, and then after they're out, that's when the state is going to go in. But the town of Southampton, we are going forward and making improvements on the parking lots, our parking lots, in and around Bridgehampton. So, yes, things are going to be happening there.
This project.
And a myriad of applications in sound and
No, I know a lot of times
communication.
there are projects that the CACs, you know, are interested in that aren't in front of, you know, they might be in front of the planning board or the zoning board, and, you know, those kinds of things.
And we
But,
get requests for purchases through CPF on
Mhm.
several of those that the board, I think, is aware of.
sure.
Well, I mean, the process stays the same, though. You know, the application goes to the Water Quality Board and so forth, so,
No, it's not that, it's not water.
oh, it's not, oh, I'm sorry.
So, all right, any other updates? If not, we do have some executive session items. So we have acquisitions to discuss and confidential legal advice and personnel matters. So I would then make a motion to adjourn our regular work session and go into executive session on those items. Seconded by Councilwoman Scalera. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.